Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XI Online. In the last episode, we headed over to Cape Riverne, progressed our way through that, arrived at Monarch Lyn, where we encountered Nagmalada having a conversation with Bahamut. And while he was having that conversation, we revealed that Nagmalada is Kulu. The forces from Juno showed up and attempted to capture, contain, kill Bahamut with some armed airships. And we had to fight some of their mammoths. We got all that done, and then Bahamut kind of got angry about all of that and teleported us out. We ended up in Bastok, where we encountered Preesh. And she's trying to figure out about the airships that showed up there, and so that led us to Sid, and we had a conversation with Sid, kind of brought him up to speed about what's going on. And then Preesh decided she wanted to come to Juno and go to the Ten Shoto, so we came to Juno, and upon our arrival at the Ten Shoto, we had a little meeting with Wolfgang because we're apparently under arrest. Or any number of crimes that we have committed against the Duchy of Juno by this point. So, Aldo kind of backed us up. We kind of told him about what's going on. Preesh is trying to get a ship back to Tavnazia, so they're working on that. We went and turned ourselves in at the Duke's Palace, where we met Eshanatarl for the first time, and Tenzen. And from Tenzen, we learned that the emptiness is expanding in the Eastern Realms. And he is here to try to do something about that, because the Mother Crystals are related to the emptiness, and this is where the Mother Crystals are. So, we have then been tasked by Eshanatarl to investigate, find this strange boy that we've been seeing all over the place, and we've been pointed in the direction of the original members of the Northlands expedition that occurred 30 years ago, which is where the whole incident went down with Ralgrim and Ulrich, and which eventually led to the creation of the Shadow Lord. So, we now need to head out to the three other cities, and track down some information. So that's where we're at. And the first place we're going to head is Sandoria. And actually, I've already accidentally, well, not accidentally, but I went to Northern Sandoria. And did not realize that a cutscene was going to play as soon as I went in. So I've already seen the cutscene at Northern Sandoria, which really isn't a big deal. It's just, it shows Olmia showing up there and heading to the Sandorian Cathedral to find some information. So, since I've already pretty much started that, we'll go ahead and head over there. And so we need to talk to Arno here. Yes, you. Have you lost your way on the path of life? Come, listen to our sermon. Let us be your guide to the light of paradise. What's this? You wish to know of the multinational expedition and in search for the gate of the gods? It is quite odd. Not but a few moments ago, another came asking the same question. I believe her name was Ulmia. Be she an acquaintance of yours? Yes. You see, Ulmia too wished to learn more of the Gate of the Gods, so I recommended that she attend the upcoming sermon on the subject. Yes, by all means, you may attend as well. My sermon will begin momentarily. There she is. Eschew all desire and embrace Altana. Only then will she bless you in her glory. That is all for today's sermon. May paradise open its gates to you. So we didn't actually get to hear the sermon. I'm grateful to have been given the opportunity to hear your sermon. However, there are still many things I do not understand. Would you be so kind as to spare a few moments to answer my questions? Of course, my child. What is it that you wish to know? When I was young, I often heard stories of paradise. A legendary land where the gods slumber, a gate leading to that land discovered by the ancients. However, according to the stories I heard, the ancients angered the Twilight God by attempting to open the Forbidden Gate. As punishment, he cast a terrible curse upon them all. If this hideous tale is true, then why is the Sandorian Cathedral attempting to convince people that we should open the gates? Or has the cathedral discovered a method to soothe the wrath of the gods? I must assume that you are not of our kingdom. That is correct. I was born in the Marquis state of Tavnazia and baptized by the Tavnazian Cathedral. Our church, too, teaches of the Gate of the Gods, the gates of paradise. However, we are told that it is a line that the children of Vana'diel have been forbidden to cross. The exact opposite of what the Sandorian Cathedral teaches. For the past 20 years, we have searched tirelessly for an entrance to paradise, and it is during that search we realized that the only path to soothing the Twilight God's wrath is to eschew all desire and embrace Altana. That is all? I apologize, but I must prepare for my next sermon. If you wish to learn more, inquire with one of the high priests. It is the life work of our missionaries to enlighten. May they lead you in the direction of truth. Alright, a bit of a discrepancy there. Alright, we need to head now over to the manuscript room. And we need to talk to Chesalvige? Who knows? Welcome, travelers. Even after listening to the Vicask's sermon, you still have questions regarding paradise? Very well. Please step this way, and I will try to quench your thirst for knowledge. This is the Cathedral Reliquary. It was built in remembrance of one of our former papas. Pasquiz? Mushavat P. Ushere? Close enough. During his papacy, the Pasque devoted himself to healing the wounds in the hearts of man, wounds left by the flames of war. The Dawn Goddess watched over him in his work and blessed him with her glory. However, that is not all she gave him. Before his passing, Altana showed the Pasque? We'll go with that. The path to paradise. The path to paradise? Yes, his final words told us that to attain paradise, one must eschew all desire and embrace the Dawn Goddess. For many years, we believed the path to paradise and the gates guarding it were things that actually existed on Vana'diel. The cathedral scoured through the ancient tomes and documents in our vaults, went to war with other nations. I have heard that Sandoria even attacked the Tavnazian cathedral. All this to find a paradise that was only meant to exist in our hearts. Instilling fear to find a land where man could live without fear, this paradox ultimately put distance between us and Altana. But thanks to the teachings of Mushavate, we have realized the error of our ways and thus made our mission to enlighten our brothers and sisters regarding the true path to paradise. Do you understand? Yes, I believe I do. However, I have one last question. How are we to break free from the curse of the Twilight God? That is... It is forbidden to speak of the abhorrent one. Of all things, you should know this well, child of Tavnazia. Travelers, you need not worry. It is our duty to serve Altana and introduce her blessed light to the unfortunate masses. If we follow the teachings of the Dawn Goddess and do not stray from the path of righteousness, the chains of evil will be broken and the gates of paradise will open. Yes, I see now. Thank you very much for your kindness in explaining this all to us. No, you need not thank me. I am simply pleased to know that you now understand the truth behind paradise. Wait. You said that you seek the royal knight Frank Mage Mistal, did you not? If I'm not mistaken, I recall a section of Jugner Forest known as Carpenter's Landing being owned by the Knights Mistal. I do not believe you will be able to reach the manor, but you may find some of his hands by the water collecting firewood. Alright. So I guess we need to head to Carpenter's Landing. I don't believe that there is a home point there. I think it would be... No, there isn't. Okay, so... let's jump over to the other Northern Sandorian home point. And use the survival guide. Carpenter's Landing. Alright, what's the enemy levels in this area? 30s. Okay, no problem. Oh, actually, looking at where I actually need to go, we don't want to be here. We actually want to be at the survival guide in Jugner Forest. We can't get to where we need to be from here. Mount. We're going to head to the E6 entrance of Carpenter's Landing. As you can see, there's two different directions that we can go. Alright, so I'll get over into that area. Alright, we're in the area. Oop. Alright, so we are heading to H10. This is a... Okay, yep. Guild, there is where we're heading. Now, when we talk to this guy, it is going to spawn an enemy we're going to have to fight. There you are. So, get the crew out, and one of the new trusts that I have picked up. Semi-Lafina. Alright. Guild. Oh. Oh, you wish to know of the Knight's Mistale. What is it? You're just like everyone else, a maggot looking for scandal. Well, it's time for me to squash another worm. I think not. Oh, but... Oh, the Semi-Lafina used an AoE weapon skill? I guess she did. Come on. The weapon delay. Nice try there. How could you defeat... Come, strike me down. I'm not afraid of death. There is nothing I could want more than to die in the service of my master. Stop this foolishness. Sir Louverance. Do you truly feel your actions here today would please Count Frankmage? Noble adventurer, please forgive this man. The Knights of Vana'diel were once a proud family of knights, until certain happenings within the kingdom left the Count's name scarred with disgrace. The family vowed revenge. However, without a target for that revenge, they were never able to prove their innocence, and their nobility was stripped from them. Sandoria is a country built upon honor. 30 years have passed since ill fate befell the Knights of Vana'diel, but the contempt toward the family remains. And now I'm just an old man. What answers have you come in search of today? What do you wish to know of the Count? Ah, the multinational expedition to the Northlands. What they were searching for. I assume their purpose was to investigate the gates of paradise. Detailed information on the subject can more than likely be found in the Sandorian Cathedral. We were just there. However, even if they exist, not even a marquis, let alone a count, could lay his eyes on the documents without the direct permission from the Pasque. Though things were quite different when the cathedral was led by the former Pasque, Mushavat. Mushavat Pushere had strong ties with Count Kafal. Okay. While the Count passed away many years ago, his wife, Hinari, still lives alone in their manor in southern Sandoria. Perhaps she knows something that may be of use to you. If you mention my name, she should be delighted to assist you. Take my words, adventurer, in exchange for the forgiveness of this old man's sins. Until we meet again. Nice sword. Alright, so we are back to Sandoria. The Sandorian names, man. Alright, we want to head to southern Sandoria, and we want to go to Home Point 4. And we want to come west here to the Count's Manor. Second floor, I think through this door. Well, either door will work. All right, there's Hinari. You say you met with Louverance? How was the young fellow? I see. He rarely visits anymore. I've been so worried. If anything were to happen to him, my late husband would be devastated. The multinational expedition? Why, I've not heard that name for 30 years. Yes, I remember it like it was yesterday. Back then, my husband and I lived in a manor just outside the village of Laval. Though I think the area is called Devoy now. Yep, the orcs took it over. It was a monastery at the center of the village. When Mushavat the Pasquet, at the time, visited the monastery, he would often stop by our residence. I recall His Holiness mentioning that the expedition was called to ascertain certain information brought forth by the Bastocan government. At that time, the Humes claimed that there was a powerful force of some sort hidden deep within the Forbidden Northlands. Of course, the Pasquet could not fully believe the stories of those conniving Bastokers. However, it was my husband who suggested that this powerful force could be the gates of paradise. Lady Hinnery, so you mean to say the cathedral has located the gates? Oh, Olmia. Why, it is... Oh, how our little guest from Tavnazia has grown, and just look how beautiful you've become. I can assume that this adventure is your acquaintance? I apologize for my intrusion, Lady Hinnery, but when I heard you speak of the gates of paradise, I could not control myself. It's all right, my child. I am just so overwhelmed. I never imagined that we would meet again. What has it been, 20 years? Yes, and I must once again express my greatest thanks for the kindness you showed me then. Such a display of humility is not necessary. According to Mildarian Guillemay, you were a very special guest. I can still hear her words. Please welcome into your home the world-renowned minstrel, Lady Olmia. You were so young, I wondered how and when you had become world-renowned. It was then you told me that you were traveling with the Cardinal as you wished to see Vana'diel. Again, I apologize. Yes, I remember now. Was there not another young lady with you? Oh, I'm so sorry. I was not thinking. I did not realize that she... No, that is all right. She is still alive. She managed to escape the flames of the war with me. Oh, it is so relieving to hear that another child of Vana'diel has been blessed by the light of the Dawn Goddess. Yes, things were much better 30 years ago, when both Mushavat and Mildarian were still with us. They would sit in the study with my husband and chatter till the wee hours of the morning, discussing the existence of the gates of paradise. Lady Hinnery, would it be too much to ask what you know of the gates? The reason I have traveled here from Tavnazia is to inquire with the cathedral on the subject. The explanation given to the masses was more vague and misleading than any of my canticles. I've heard tales that the explanation was a message from Altana given to the Pasquet on his deathbed. However, I have also heard much to contradict this. Please tell me if there is more to the story. Olmia, paradise is a beautiful place, a magnificent place with neither death nor fear. When my village was attacked by the orcs, the bloody hands of destiny ripped my husband away from me. The faith in paradise that the Pasquet instilled in me, that is what saved my life. You sing the words of the heart, Olmia. You should know that truth is not what always saves us. But if it is the only thing that offers salvation, then there is nothing more important. Cardinal Mildarian told me that the courage to face the truth is what will ultimately save us. The Cardinal said that? Very well. There's one thing that His Holiness mentioned when I visited him after he had fallen ill. I was forced to abandon the truth. Abandon the truth? The look on his face when he told me this was that of a man who was standing at the gates of the afterlife. I did not have the courage to ask him what he meant by his words. I cannot know if the truth which the Pasquet spoke of had any relation to the gates of paradise. However, it was not long after this meeting that the Cardinal Mildarian revoked her own nobility and disappeared from the kingdom. Now that I think of it, this event may have some relation with Mushavat's words. The Cardinal revoked her nobility. When did this occur? Nearly 20 years ago, of course. I believe it was just a few days after the Orc surprise attack on the Marquisate. Did you not know? No, I did not. I thought Cardinal Mildarian was a victim of the assault. Last time I saw her, she was standing in Tavnazia as it crumbled and burned. It seems as if the light of Altana has blessed the Cardinal as well. Yes, it does. Lady Henry, do you happen to know where she headed after evoking her nobility? That I do not know, however. That I do not know. However, I did hear that the cathedral has sent a knight to investigate her whereabouts. The knight's name is Louvrance, one of the direct descendants of the former Knights Mistel. I say former because the family was stripped of its royalty years ago. It said that Louvrance himself was once a member of the Royal Knights. Abandon the truth. Is that truth connected in some way to the gates of paradise, or could it be something else? Truth of the expedition, perhaps? And Cardinal Mildarian, I never knew she was still alive. But if it is true, why has she not returned to Tavnazia? Has she forgotten about us? About me? Alright, a lot of information there. But still no clarity on that particular subject. But we are done in Sandoria, so we need to head to the next location, which is going to be Windurst. And we need to head to Windurst Waters. Not Bastock, Windurst. Windurst Waters. Home point 1. We'll start there. We just need to enter the zone, and a cutscene should play. Oh, it's a 3 Taro. Windurst. Oh ho. Oh ho ho. So this is our homeland. Nope, this is our daddy's homeland. Now you're wrong, this is our mom's homeland. Which means this is our homeland too? You're hopeless. I'm kind of hungry. Yeah, me too. Let's go look for our father. Dad? Daddy? Our father would be a genius like us. Our dad would be powerful just like us. Our daddy would be awesome. Or would be someone really important. All right. So let's see what's going on here. Where we actually need to head is Windurst Waters, home point 3. And we're looking for... Oop. Trying to look up who we're looking for. Obiru here. What's that? You want to know about the Allied expedition? Irukiru, a researcher from the Rhinostery, was the representative from Windurst. He was banished from the Rhinostery and lost his life somewhere in the Outlands. If you want to know more about him, you should have a chit-chat with Dr. Joran Oren in Windurst Walls. I'm not sure he'll be willing to tell you what Irukiru was researching, mind you. It's probably super confidential information. Alright, so we need to head to Windurst Walls and go talk to Joran Oren. Alright, so Joran Oren's house is to the north. Now, we might need to talk to him twice. Let's see. If we get a cutscene. I heard from Apururu that Karahabruha was brought back to life by the forbidden ritual of the Monastery. Zonpazipa. Yeah, he's just talking about the events of the Windurst missions. But here we go. Can I help you? I am Joran Oren, former minister of the Rhinostery. Father! Dad, we missed you. Daddy, your beautiful children are here. What? What? What's the meaning of this barging into people's homes? And why are you calling me Daddy? You probably didn't know it, Father, but we were in Mother's tummy when you were separated. In Mummy's tummy. And that's why we've been looking for you all this time. Looking for you, Daddy. Why, Dr. Joran Oren, who would have thought you'd have cute kids? That's not what he said, but that's what I'm saying. So many children, you devious creature. You must have the Tartar Times write up a feature. I have no idea what's going on here. There must be some sort of mistake. Oh. You men are all the same. Not one of you ever wants to take the blame. I understand now. Yes, I did travel to Vana'diel once, many years ago. That was only for the purpose of appraising a rare discovery. Pirates, thieves, and all kinds of treasure hunters brought unusual items from all over the world to the marquisate. Those items had been hidden in a chamber beneath the Tavnazian sacrarium. I was led to that reliquarium only after agreeing to never speak of the objects I would see. When we entered the chamber, I was asked to look at a frightening statue that had been dug up from some goddess-forsaken labyrinth. A frightening statue? Well, spill it, man. What kind of statue was it? My God. If you can actually read what he's actually saying. Oh my God. I'm not sure. You were invited to the faraway land of Tavnaziel and gave them a not sure? All I have to say is, what an amateur. An embarrassment to the ministers of Windurst, an abhorrent disgrace. You've gone and smeared mud on our collective face. And all these poor fatherless children's wailings, is there no end to your dismal failings? I'm telling you, I'm not their father. And I was not called to Tavnaziel to appraise the nature of that statue. My task was to discern where it had been excavated from by analyzing the traces of soil that still clung to its surface. And did you find out where the soil was from? Of course I did. It was silt from the bottom of the sea, from the Sea of Shumeo, I believe. The Sea of Shumeo? The island filled the inland sea north of Juneau? Isn't that body of water non-stoppingly notorious for ships sinking on even calmest of days? It is indeed. That's what's more, the statue was said to be found not in the sea, but deep within the earth. What a fascinating tale, I must conclude. After unfurling this mystery, you were elated enough to start your own brood? Would you give it a rest? Do you see what you've done? My reputation is in ruins. Now explain yourselves. We're starving. I feel faint. No energy to talk. I feel dizzy. Fine. There's a restaurant in Windurst Waters. Come back after you've had something to eat. Yay, alright. Food. Why me? What a calamity. My pristine image has been sullied. No good, no good. I must restore my high standing in the community. That's it? The MMO mirror. Its memory viewing powers are perfect for the situation. I'll use the mirror to show all my memories of Tavnaziel. I'll prove my innocence to the world. Now, if I can just remember the person who owned the MMO mirror, I seem to recall a rather unpleasant person just boasting about his possessions a while back. Calm yourself, Urin Orin. You're too worked up to think straight. Alright then. Alright, we need to go now to Windurst Waters, home point 4. Assuming I have that home point. I do. All right. We need to go to Timbers Tavern. Which is the restaurant that is it's the north building here. That he sent the 3 Tarus to. Alright, I need to talk to Kume Rome here. What's that? You have a question you want to ask me? The man on the spot? You want to know if 3 Tartaro wearing strange clothing were here while I was stewing over my stew? I did see 3 Tarotaro with appetites almost as big as mine, if that helps. Munch, munch, chew, chew, slurp. There they are. Oh, I'm stuffed. I think I've gone up 3 belly sizes. I should have had that last roast rarab. Oh, I thought our number was up when that humongous dragon got his claws into us. That big lizard left us without 2 gil rubbed together. You know, I've been thinking. I don't think that guy was our father. Nah, not our dad. Nope, not our daddy. Our father would be someone with a lot more cash. Yeah, our mom had that huge gem after all. And that lovely fur coat. Right then, let's go look for our real father. Ready or not, here we come, Dad. And that's when they took off towards the south part of Windurst Waters. Alright. Camera going all goofy. Well, then we need to head to the south part of Windurst Waters. Which will be Windurst Waters, home point, not woods, Waters, home point 3. Alright. Now, we want to go to the various homes that are here. I think it's E7. Yes, okay. Alright, we need to head back around here and then up the stairs. And we're talking to Honoi Gomoy. What do you want? This is the house of the ridiculously wealthy Hanoi Gamoy. Father! Dad, we missed you. Daddy, your beautiful children are here. What in blazes are you three babbling about? You probably didn't know it, Father, but we were in Mother's tummy when you were separated. In Mommy's tummy. Oh. And that's why I've been looking for you all this time. Looking for you, Daddy. I heard everything. I knew it was a good idea to follow those unnaturally hungry Tarotoro in search of their long-lost father. This scoop is going to mean another Pulitzer Prize for the man on the spot. Well, just a darn second here, newspaper boy. It's all your fault, you nonsense-spouting troublemakers. What an annoying pit did you crawl out of? We're from Vana'diel. We were blown through the air over the seas and mountains. We came to meet you, Father. Vana'diel? That former city now a big hole in the ground, Vana'diel? I mean, I used to travel there quite often on business before it was destroyed. You admit it! You've been to Vana'diel! These three really are your children. I thought I told you to hold on a darn second. If you've got the wrong Tarotoro. On my trips to Vana'diel, I only ever met with the scoundrels in the in Artarphane's band. Do you three know anything about Artarphane's band of thieves? The name hasn't come up too so often since the leader, Artarphane, got himself executed. Just hearing that name was enough to make children wail in fear. The ruthless gang of bandits, if ever there was one. Because of my dealings with Artarphane's band, the Vana'diel Cathedral put out a warrant for my arrest. I had no time for dates or dilly-dallying. A juicy story. Another scoop for the man on the spot. Hanoi Gamoy confesses to deeds unsavory. Don't get ahead of yourself. You've got no proof. If you write any filthy articles about me, I'll have you thrown in jail for libel. Proof, yes. Where's your proof? Show me proof that I'm your father. You don't have anything around here, Daddy. We have proof in Vana'diel, Dad. We don't have any money to get back there, Father. You don't have the money to take an airship? I'll give you as much as you need. Just get out of my house. Out! Hold on a moment. The man on the spot would like to ask you a few questions. Why does this have to happen to me? I'll sue the pants off that journalist if he writes anything incriminating. What's that? Jorn Oren said a MMO mirror could help clear up any doubts? I've got one of those. It's a little cracked, though. Take this to Jorn Oren. He should be able to fix it. Alright. Back to Jorn Oren if I can figure out how to get out of this house. There. Alright. Let me go ahead and get back to Jorn Oren's place, and I'll be back. Alright, we are here at Jorn Oren's house. Let's talk to him. Gamoy entrusted you with a cracked MMO mirror? This is no good if it's broken. No good, no good. Think, Jorn Oren, think. I have it. To fix the MMO mirror, we will need a MMO feather formed from a MMO jewel. Better make that 3 of them. Adventurer, you must go to the Ottawa Chasm and obtain yourself some MMO jewels. Then take them to the tippy top of Paradimo Paradamo Tor to transform them into Mameo feathers. Remember, I need 3 of them. It will take all of your skills and more to accomplish this task, but I know you can do it. You must be able to do it. I need you to be able to do it. Okay. So, we've now got to go to Ottawa Chasm, get these jewels, turn them into feathers. And this is actually going to be a quite involved process. I think. Yeah. If this is what I think it is. So, we're going to go ahead and stop here. And then next episode, we will go get that process started. We got to get out to Ottawa Chasm first, because I don't think we've been there yet. Have I been there? I don't know. I know there's a home point there. Just a second. I don't know. Is it lead to lore? No. It would be Aragano if it would be anything. Nope. I don't have the home point there. Alright then. Well, we're going to have to get out there using a different method. And when we need to get somebody or somewhere we've never been before with a different method, it's usually a Unity warp. So, we will work on that for next episode, but for now, we'll go ahead and stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.